Yeah.
But in the meantime, we've been telling you about how we've had to do an extension of the Habitat Fair. It's a mini clinic that we started at the
Achimota Mall on Saturday. And listen, we thought today's a holiday. The whole idea of the mini clinic is so you and I, as ordinary persons, can go and have conversations with these exhibitors and ask all the questions that we want to ask. We've brought together people who deal in real estate. We have people who are dealing with doors and handles and window frames, roofing sheets. There is a cement manufacturing company on board this year as well. So you have time, go and sit down with them and explore. Yesterday I met a man who said he has a land and he's looking for a developer, somebody to help him put up the building. And it's an option that is available if only you go and explore. But Roland, one of the things that we've been talking about, and if you look at the theme that we've worked with over the period, one thing runs through, which is affordable housing for all. And this year, we're looking at how to use technology to make it even more affordable. One of the questions that I put to one of our headline sponsors, which is Elegant Homes and Construction Limited, was why it appears that the finished houses are more expensive. She says something that I've never thought about. We want to listen to her now. We'll come back and you tell me what you think about what she said.
That is a perception that people have. But I think that if you are really determined to buy a property and then you seek the necessary advice, one from financiers, and then you have the means, I will say that the best option is to buy from a developer. Why do I say so? Because you are dealing with a professional anyway. I understand that there are some that are quacks in the system, and in every business you have the good ones and the bad nuts. You look for a very good developer, an experienced person, and then you visit the site. There are certain things that you have to look out for. First and foremost, real estate properties have the necessary infrastructure. You have tarred roads, you have good drainage system. For example, when you come to Elegant Homes, our environment is serene. You have tarred roads, you have solar street lights, the sewer system is centralized, drainage is underground with covered drains, and the place is really nice. It's a good environment. Now, let's take, you are building somewhere, you have to bring water yourself, electricity yourself, no drains, bad roads, and then the worst part of it is that you build every year. So you raise the structure up to a point, then you go back to sleep. You come back next year, prices of cement is up. And then in most cases, you end up also changing the artisans. So you use a mason this year, next year that mason may not be available. So you bring in a new person. You use an electrician this year, next year when you want to continue, he may not be there. You use a plumber, he may not be there. So by the time you finish the house has passed through so many hands. Sometimes when there's even a challenge, you don't even know who to call. You don't even know where the problem is. So depending, I think that when you buy from the professionals, it is better. Elegant Homes, for example, we have warranty, both for the structure and then for the fittings. So even if you buy and you have issues, we come in to resolve for you. Whereas you won't get this from anybody building for you outside. Once he finishes his job, he's gone. It is solely left to you to handle your own issues. So between the two, I would think that if you want a very good environment, you want professionals to handle your projects, then it is better to buy from the experts.
Now the payment plan.
For example, we have a payment plan in place. If you want to buy fiscal cash or outright purchase, you have an investment you want to go and redeem and come and buy, we are ready. If you want to use mortgage, we work with some mortgage financial companies. We work with Republic Bank Ghana, we work with Stanbic Bank, we work with Cal Bank, And then any bank of your choice, if your bankers are prepared to finance your project for you, we are ready to take that. So it's not like a straitjacket where if you don't get a mortgage from specific financial institutions, we're not going to deal with you. Then we have the personal self-financing. There are some individuals, per the work they do, they can tell you, well, I can do, let's say, 20-30%, and then we can spread the rest between 12 to 18 months for you. We also have what we call the alternative payment plan. With the alternative payment plan, if all these plans are enumerated above, all the financial options fails, that is where you go for the alternative. That's when you come to our office or you talk to us, we book an appointment, we sit with you, and you tell us what you want, how you want to pay it. If you meet our expectation, then we can also sign you on. So these are basically what we do at Elegant Homes.
All right, so you heard Dorothy Kwashi there explaining, and it makes a lot of sense. And I think the thing I like about this whole fair is also the kind of payment terms that you can come up with them. There was another exhibitor who was telling me, oh, you can start paying the money in bits, and then when you're done, then they
But the pricing, is it priced in dollars or in Ghana city?
The houses? Well, it depends, but I think the rate is in dollars. They convert it into cedis.
But since the dollar keeps changing, what do they do?
Okay, so that's why you have to be at the mini clinic to find out what you can do. Because if you don't get closer, you will just sit down and just imagine, and then you are there. And every year you are imagining. We've been doing this every year, and you'll be imagining. But the other thing I want to talk about is the fact that if you have services, products in the housing industry that you also want to exhibit, it's never too late. We'll put the numbers on the screen so you can call, because we're going to the West Hills Mall. This is just the first of 2 mini clinics. So our next stop is at the West Hills Mall, 17th, 18th of August, before the Mother Fair itself in September. So it's never too late. Please call the numbers on the screen, and if you deal in any products that is related to housing, you want to exhibit it at this year's fair, please call the numbers on your screen. I can just go over the numbers, which is 054 4310864 or 0546 908179, and join us when we go to the West Hills Mall.
Oh, definitely. It's been quite exciting.
Don't tell me I told you. If you have issues with your roofing, if you have issues, door handles, sometimes we just buy any kind of handle. But if it's a home and children use it a lot, a lot of people use it.
Then which type.
Exactly. One of the things
because you need the quality then.
One of the things we have is people who will give you the expert advice. So it's not necessarily simply because you are buying, but they can take their time and give you the necessary advice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's been quite exciting. But we have to do the next conversation. It's about an app, a new app that the Ghana Library Authority have come up with, and it will help you and I, and even all the segments of the population that are being targeted to make sure that we read, because reading habit among young people really has reduced drastically.
Even amongst us as adults.
Definitely. Definitely. I think because of our job, we tend to read very often, but averagely across our peers, it's not the best. So we're going to have the Chief Executive Authority come into the studio and help us navigate through the new app that they have. And he's
going to practicalize it?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
All right. So that will be up next. Stay with us.